let's do a follow-up to Beard with the Sunny B2 story on the Heart Attack Grill so we can maybe get a better idea of what's going on. So enough with the we'll stop with the create discussion for something more fun. Let's look at something fun and see why the Heart Attack Grill is the way it is, shall we? Yay. Look, would help if I unmuted. Yeah.
When John Basso first opened the Heart Attack Grill, he had no idea that serving the world's unhealthiest menu would come with so much controversy, countless lawsuits, an avalanche of bad press, and multiple heart attacks on the premises. Prior to opening the Heart Attack Grill in 2005, Basso owned 3 different exercise gyms over a 12-year period, where he had advised clients on their dietary and exercise needs, as well as on techniques of caloric reduction. However, he felt this was an untruthful line of work, stating, "It's disgusting because you're promising people things that are outside their genetic possibility. Instead of being a slimy, crooked, dishonest peddler of health and fitness services, I would actually launch a hamburger concept that would be absolutely honest, and that's the only guiding principle."
Hey, this is bad for you.
Okay. So I get what is it 20th anniversary? Wow. So I actually understand partially what he's saying. Yeah. But like when him talking about, and I've heard this before, him talking about how at like fitness places and anything like that is making empty promises where people are, they are at the limits of their genetics because not everyone, House guest, and I think you're thinking the same thing I am. Not everyone is going to be a supermodel. Not everyone is going to be buff. Your genetics does play at least part of a role. Doesn't mean you can't be physically healthy. It doesn't mean you can't, exercise, have a good diet, and be physically healthy, but still look chubby or, a little chunky. But you can still be physically fit. But yeah, exactly. You're not, everybody is not, no matter how much you work out, you're not going to be the 10 out of 10 Adonis or, Athena, goddess-esque physique. And a lot of these places like to purport that you will to get the money out of you. So, to a degree, I kind of respect what he's talking about there. Now, if he instead maybe open a gym, say, I'm not going to promise you that you're going to have the body of a Greek god or goddess, but we're going to make sure that you're as healthy as you can be and be happy with the body that you have. Okay. And to some degrees, yes, Eki. And he just kind of went, complete opposite route. And yeah, at this point, he's kind of going real honest now. Like, this place is going to kill you. So
For you, and it's gonna kill you.
The first Heart Attack Grill in Arizona featured a front door sign reading, "Caution, this establishment is bad for your health," before they'd later add "cash only because you might die before the check clears." Inside, they'd proudly display the catchphrase "taste worth dying for." However, the most insane piece of signage was without a doubt this, reading, "Anyone over 350 pounds eats for free all day, every day, unlimited," with the only rules being no taking food to go.
Okay, Tav. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a wonderful night as well, and I hope to see you again real soon.
No sharing with others, and does not include beverages, although this wasn't the only unlimited service offered by the restaurant.
Instead of a salad bar, there's an all-you-can-eat flatliner fries bar.
To serve the free meals, Basso took a tip from Hooters by hiring a bunch of sexy nurses, with a theme of honesty also extending into the job application process, with questions such as whether the applicant has an innie or outie belly button, who would they have a hot one-night stand with, their opinion on certain conspiracy theories, and a comment stating no one gives a damn about about your academic achievements, but if you want to bore us with them, go right ahead. As the head of the restaurant, John
And I'm guessing things have changed a little bit because based upon the nurses that we saw in the beard video, they're they probably changed things to bring in uh curvier women because like the redhead, she had a little meat, but she was pretty. But the one that brought him to his table, she was thick. She was a bit thick, and not what I would categorize as a model like this. You know, these are actual models. So I'm yeah, obviously things changed a little. Not that it's bad, but I'm guessing this, you know, because I think this video is a couple years old. Yeah, yeah, it's yeah. I mean, for some people, thick is gorgeous, and you're not wrong. You're not wrong, Tysel. Thick girls serving heart attacks on a bun is pretty damn on brand. And I mean, the redhead, the redhead that we saw, she was thick in kind of an athletic way. Like, hence why I think that maybe she's a dominatrix, either in her spare time or maybe in a second job. She has that look. She had that look. And she was thick in Taisa, you took the words out of my mouth. She was thick in all the right ways. Absolutely.
spends every day dressed as a doctor, stating, "We promote nicotine, alcohol, caffeine, fat, cholesterol, sodium, all the building blocks of a quality, healthy, good time," with these insane statements leading to
Okay, I have a slight problem with that one. Take alcohol, fine. Caffeine, fine. Fat, fine. Cholesterol, fine. Sodium, fine. Nicotine is not the building blocks of a quality. If he'd taken this out, I could have been fine with all this. But he had to throw this in. And this is not part of a quality, healthy, good time. So he flew a little too close to the sun on this one, I think.
sodium, all the building blocks of a quality, healthy, good time, with these insane statements leading to his first appearance on a local news station.
Also
There's
true,
a
Dusty.
restaurant in Tempe where the food is so rich they call their big burger the quadruple bypass. Not everybody thinks that's funny, least of all the Arizona Board of Nursing.
The news story then stated that the
Yeah,
American
exactly. You're
Nursing
right, Doc.
Board had
You are
received
right.
5 or 6 complaints about them calling their waitresses nurses. However, 5 or 6 complaints was a small price to pay, given the story was basically free advertising.
All right, so if you want to bypass, of course, the good kind, now you know where to go. It's called the Heart Attack Grill.
This then turned into further news coverage, where John explained the other ways in which the restaurant might kill you.
We don't do Diet Coke. We don't do light beers. We don't even provide lettuce on our burgers.
With the unique approach beating all of their competitors.
John, this is creating a firestorm. I have a feeling this is just what you wanted.
Well, I can't say that I don't enjoy the publicity. It definitely does.
You know who this guy is reminding me of right now, especially with the way he talks? My Canadian brothers and sisters. Who is this guy reminding you of right now? Come on, you've got to see it. I can't be the only one. Who does he remind you of right now? Anyone? No, Tysel, Americans would probably know it too. No? Okay, Canadians and Americans, because you'll know him in America. Tell me this guy isn't reminding you of Kevin O'Leary. Tell me the way his look is vaguely similar, and the way he talks, tell me he doesn't seem like Kevin O'Leary. Am I wrong? I'm not wrong, am I? For those of you who know what I'm talking about. Yeah? It's especially his affect. His affect especially. Well, yeah, it's like the looks, the look is not identical. It's the look is little. It's more of the affect, where he's just like, I don't give a fuck what you have to say. I'm rich. Yeah, it just hit me when he was talking right now.
Does pack the seats in the restaurant. We've been so lucky as of recently, our web traffic exceeds McDonald's.com.
After noticing that media stories help the business grow, that attempt to set the Guinness World Record for the world's unhealthiest burger, achieving such with the 9,982 calorie quadruple bypass burger, although this gluttonous piece of food will be served with a side of tragedy. The Heart Attack Grill had introduced a spokesperson named Blair River, who at 6'8", 570 pounds appeared in all of the restaurant's ads.
I'm up another few inches. Who needs these old pants? I could eat for free.
In a 2011 news report, Blair talked about feeling incredibly healthy.
What do you mean it wasn't a fair question, Dusty? He's big in Canada, but he's also like basically the face of Shark Tank in the US. It's a reasonably fair question, but that's why I did pose it to the Canadians first, because the Canadians would recognize it more so than the Americans would.
This is good stuff. Everyone should be modern sized like myself.
However, he passed away before the interview even aired.
Sadly, we now know how long that was. Blair died last week at the age of 29. His family says the cause...
He was 29? Holy shit, I thought he was probably in his mid-30s. Holy shit. Oh my god, that tells you what how sad. Tysel, I've seen him. I have seen him, and half of them are dead because they were fat. Yeah. Oh yeah. I think I've seen the exact video you may be talking about. But yeah, that is a rabbit hole. But holy shit. Incredible.
Cause of death was pneumonia.
Even in death, the Heart Attack Grill maintained their brutally honest
Pneumonia?
branding.
Had he have been thinner, he most probably would have survived that pneumonia.
Aren't you glorifying obesity, which obviously kills?
Absolutely.
With Basso taking this even further in a different interview.
If they do die here, I'm not going to lie to you. That's great for business. I'll say it again. Death is great for business at the Heart Attack Grill.
Although the media's goal of discrediting the founder only did the opposite. It's actually refreshing to see someone so...
And this is exactly it. This is, here it is right here. So I fully expected this because, yeah, people have died. She touts this and saying, this is great for business. Like, he goes full on brutal honesty. Yes, I'm making money from watching you fat people dying at my restaurant. And people are just like, it's refreshing that he's so honest. Yeah. And yeah, Aki, it is scary how people think obesity is not bad. That's again like Commoner, I think you said it. That's a fucking rabbit hole that we don't have time to go down with that. But yeah, it's social logic has indeed flipped. Where honesty is good even if it's talking about some of the most disgusting things, like, well, at least he's honest, so that's good.
Painfully honest. The owner is great, he makes no apologies nor should he. You can't blame him for people doing this to themselves. It's impossible to hate this guy because he's being 100% honest. In a different interview, Basso showed his more compassion.
And I will just say, I don't have an opinion one way or the other on if he's a good guy or a bad guy. He's running a restaurant. It's a clearly unhealthy restaurant because of their portion sizes and what they're choosing to serve. And yeah, he's promoting highly unhealthy eating. But at the same time, he's catering to a clientele that doesn't care. Think about the people that go to eat these places. They've probably been told all their lives, you need to stop eating so fat, you need to eat healthy, you're going to die. And they've chosen to ignore that. And, it's so it's like I'm not opinionated of one after the other. But I can also see the arguments of like, okay, the positive for him, yeah, he's being honest. This place it will, if you are overweight, you could potentially die from dining here on the regular. But at the same time, the people who are dining there on the regular, they've been told that you're being unhealthy and they still choose to do it. I can see it both ways. And yeah. Yeah, he came out and said this isn't healthy for you and people are still going in and shoving the food down their throat. Yeah. I mean he is being honest. He is being honest about it's legal. Uh you know, yeah. What else can you say? It's not so much Darwin because this isn't stupidity, Dusty. Darwin is kind of more stupid. This is just pure gluttony. Yeah.
Side by stating, cynical people might think this River's death is funny, but people who knew him are crying their eyes out. There is a lot of mourning going on around here. You couldn't have found a better person. Even if he was skinny, we would have given him the job. We would have just put a fat suit on him. He just had personality, as did the restaurant's next spokesperson, Ernie Hart, who wouldn't last long either, although for a slightly different reason. In October 2011, Basso moved the restaurant to the land of indulgence, pleasure, and poor short-term choices, Las Vegas. The new and improved restaurant featured a public electronic cattle scale, as well as new signage reading "Fighting Anorexia Since 2005" and "Send Hate Mail To," followed by their address. The new location also led to a brand new slogan,
"Remember, the calories you eat in Vegas stay in Vegas,"
as well as an instant increase in business.
We've both doubled in terms of money, in terms of square footage.
However, the craziest change was without a doubt their menu. Despite their quadruple.
Now, interestingly, when did Beard go to this restaurant? Because it looked real damn empty when he went. It was real empty. Now, granted, that could be time of day. Maybe he went, just after lunch before, but it looked real empty. And I'm guessing Beard went, is there an on and off season? I don't know. I'll look at the date of this video after we finish this.
Bypass already holding the record for the highest calorie burger. The Heart Attack Grill then doubled their invention, creating the octuple bypass burger, which featured 8 patties, 40 pieces of bacon, and 19,900 calories. At around the same point in time, the Heart Attack Grill updated their website to include free video and images for the press, where the motivation for the octuple bypass burger became pretty obvious. They were trying to generate media attention, and this is exactly what they got. The new burger led to over 100 million views worth of exposure on YouTube, as different content creators visited the restaurant to see.
Hey, we watched him! I knew he'll come back.
If they could eat it. Those who could, such as Matt Stoney, were given a ride out of the restaurant in a novelty wheelchair, although there were others who were forced to leave in an ambulance.
A customer at the Heart Attack Grill was rushed to the hospital after eating a sandwich called the Triple Bypass Burger.
In February 2012, an article was published titled "Man Has Heart Attack While Eating at the Heart Attack Grill," which is followed by another article only 2 months later reading, "Heart Attack Grill lives up to its name again this week when a woman collapsed in their Las Vegas restaurant. This marks the second person to fall victim to their horrifically caloric food in less than a year, with the Heart Attack Grill responding."
Mia, problem is you can't. That's one of their rules. It's one of the rules that is stated when you walk into that business is you cannot share your food. No sharing food between people, no doggy bags. You eat it all. You have to eat it all by yourself. Yeah, like Tysel said, it's part of the challenge. Yeah. Which that in and of itself is kind of fostering unhealthy eating in and of itself. But yeah, Ace, you're exactly right. The people who ate there know exactly what they're getting into. Uh, Infinity, I don't know. I, 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 I don't know. Now that I'm thinking about it. Host guest?
in the most brand appropriate way, by bragging about it on their website. Two ambulance departures in less than 60 days left an indelible mark on the Heart Attack Grill's public image. Dr. John delivered a clear message to the media that such tragedies shall inevitably continue due to having clientele which he refers to as being the avant-garde of nutritional risk takers.
Did that heart attack pad my wallet with money? Absolutely. Did I enjoy that? Absolutely.
Although this is still nothing compared to what would happen 1 year later. The Heart Attack Grill had a new unofficial spokesperson named John Alleman, who was recognized as the restaurant's most loyal customer. He never missed a day, even on Christmas, Basso said. People just loved him. He connected with people in a real way, although all of this changed on the 11th of February 2013. After chowing down on his daily feed at the grill, John Alleman suffered a heart attack and died while waiting for the bus at the front of the store. This led to Basso's craziest PR stunt to date.
They'll say it's grotesque.
This is what I heard about.
How can you keep the man's cremation here?
With Basso keeping the cremation inside the restaurant as he wants you to know his food kills so that maybe you'll stop eating junk. This man is willing to sacrifice his reputation and maybe even his humanity to try and make the world a healthier place. I respect him for it.
Okay. No. No. He is not trying to make the world a healthier place. Let us not try and make this man altruistic. This is just on my brain is what this is. He's willing to sacrifice his reputation and maybe even humanity to try and make the world a healthier place. No, he's not. He's doing it so he can make money. Because that's what you get into business. You get into business to make money, not to make the world a better place. So, it's unless there's like a trolling in here somewhere. Yeah, of course you can, Aki. That's why I have it there. Say whatever you want. That's why I've got the TTS there. Go for it. Yeah, I mean, he's got the ashes as like a political as like as a stunt. And it's fine if he wants to, if he's got them legally and he wants to put it in his place of business and use it as a stunt, sure. But don't try and categorize, don't try and make him some kind of bastion of healthiness, saying that he's doing it to try and make the world a better place. No, that's what I'm saying. He did not steal the ashes. He got them legally. He had them completely legally. But don't try and turn him into some bastion of goodness by saying he's doing it to make the world a healthier place. No, he's not. No, he's not. He's trying to make money.
Basso believes the restaurant helps customers to reflect on their own choices, having
Bullshit.
stated anybody who's over 350 pounds gets on that scale. We applaud them like the big sumo wrestler they are, treat them like a champ, make them feel good.
Well, Dusty, if you don't feel comfortable about it, you don't have to do the TTS. It's there for anybody that wants to use it. Don't you worry about it, okay?
At the root of it, in my belief, he is trying to teach a cold-hearted lesson. That's my opinion. I'm not saying he is a saint.
Becky, I'm gonna disagree. Yeah, Dusty, I'm getting myself mixed up. I'm mixing myself up. It happens. I don't think he's trying to teach a cold-hearted lesson at the root of it. He wants to make money, and he figured out probably from starting when he was at the gym, when he had those fitness centers, he realized telling people, hey, you can look great if you do this and it's not, when it's probably not possible, wasn't great for business. Whereas opening a restaurant saying, if you're fat, we love you, come on in, raked in the money. This is business. You don't get into any business, particularly the restaurant business, unless you're in it to make money. He's not a chef. He doesn't do it for the love of cooking. He's the owner. And he does it to make money. Is he using this cold-hearted lesson as a tool to obtain that money? Yes. Yes, he is. But, let's not pretend there's anything altruistic about this. This is pure capitalism. Which is fine. I'm not saying that's a terrible thing. But let's not ascribe altruism where it likely has no place. Yeah, and you can respect that as business. Absolutely. Absolutely, you can.
Good for that moment, give them free food all they want. But these people go home at night and they ponder that and say, wow, why did I just get free food and have the whole restaurant applauding for me? Because I'm a freak playing.
I mean, Eki, it's yes, he's saying eat at your own risk, and that also kind of turns into a dare. And God knows people in America, especially in Vegas, you dare them to do something, they're gonna do it. This is the land of hold my beer. So that's not him issuing a warning, that's him issuing a challenge. So that is my take.
Plain and simple, before adding, I'm running an obesity intervention and I think it works. I really do. Everybody should check out our Facebook and see a lot of people say, hey Dr. John, I've lost 82 pounds since the last time I was in. It's the X factor, something that snapped in that person that said, wow, I'm gonna make a change in my life, and they did, and that's fabulous. With this sentiment also showing up in the YouTube comments. The Heart Attack Grill restaurant has motivated me to take care of myself, stick to my diet. The namesake restaurant actually sends a very positive message. If you don't take care of yourself today, you might find yourself eating a free meal at my restaurant in the not so distant future, because everyone over 350 pounds eats for free, and therefore Basso believes the restaurant is an overall positive.
I am a believer that when people hear my message, the net health benefit to society is incredibly good.
However,
There may be some that think that way.
You won't be surprised to hear that not everybody agrees.
He's deliberately trying to get people to eat more than they need.
With this being echoed by the legendary Anthony Bourdain, who stated, there is a restaurant in Vegas, I think it's called the Heart Attack Grill, where if you're over 350 pounds you eat for free. I think that should be pretty much a war crime. On top of this, a former waitress went
Yeah, Tysell, yeah, you're right. There's about maybe 5% truth in that statement. And these comments that Sonny was talking about on Facebook are at best a fraction of the comments made about the Heart Attack Grill. At best, a fraction of a percentage have said the Heart Attack Grill made me rethink my life choices. At best, it's a fraction.
public, talking about her terrible time working at the restaurant, explaining that after a man passed out mid-meal, a manager made me terrible time working at the restaurant.
Okay. Former Play the Heart Attack Grill reveals unprofessional working practices inside the restaurant. Claimed she was asked to film a customer who had passed out to give to media for publicity. Interesting. Attacked the customers for thinking she was slutty because of the revealing nurses' uniforms hostesses wear. Says that a hardcore for on 10 obese customers freaking the restaurant to take advantage of the rule that people over 350 pounds eat for free. Can't say that surprises me in the slightest. Left because of the chaotic and terribly depressing work environment. Okay.
Explaining that after a man passed out mid-meal, a manager made me take out my cell phone to record a video of the whole thing so they could send it to the media. It was on a Friday afternoon, and he hoped it would make the news so they could have a busy weekend. On the opposite end of the spectrum, a different waitress stated this.
I've been here 11 years. I enjoy this way too much.
So the experience clearly depends on which person you ask. In a different instance,
No, they have little people waitresses. I didn't know that. Okay.
the PCRM sent a letter to Basso asking him to declare moral bankruptcy and close the Heart Attack Grill. However, given the restaurant earned $5.5 million in revenue last year, it seems obvious that Dr. John Basso and the Heart Attack Grill won't be going anywhere anytime soon.
No. Unless Vegas does some kind of crazy law, which ain't gonna happen, because this is Vegas. Ain't gonna happen.